This week on the Retirement Quick Tips podcast, I'm talking about living the American dream. According to a 2024 report from Investopedia, the American dream now costs $4.4 million. And a huge portion of that, even bigger than what it costs to live in retirement, even more than that, is what you are going to spend on buying a house and a car. A huge part, probably the bedrock of the American dream, is owning a home. And the estimated cost of owning a home today, now this is assuming you're going to purchase a single family home, you have a 30-year mortgage, and it's assuming a 20% down payment. And when you dig a little bit deeper, you find the methodology or the assumptions that they're making here when it comes to buying a house is that you're not buying a fancy $1 million lake house or $3 million lake house in the case of where I live, where housing is way more expensive. You are buying an average house. $403,000 is the average value of a house today. And they're taking into account what mortgage rates are today. So it's a lot more expensive today than if you're looking at what it costs to own a home compared to what it might have been 5 years ago because the average price has gone up. But they're looking at the total cost of a mortgage. Now, here's the thing. This cost, it includes paying your mortgage. It includes insurance and property taxes, but it does not include any maintenance whatsoever. No HOA fees, and all the other expenses that go into home ownership. So you could probably tack on another, 20% on top of, another couple $100,000 over a 30-year time period just to keep your house maintained. I'm not even talking about major updates or remodels. But, if you own a home, those costs add up. You need a new roof. You need a new HVAC system. Like these things add up and they have a huge sum of money. It would be the most depressing exercise to add up and tally up the entire cost of ownership of your home. Please, if one of you out there has done this, would you please send me an email? Because I would love to see the breakdown of the actual cost of home ownership. Nobody wants to talk about it because it is depressing as hell. I had a situation last year where our garage door, which the builders of this home, I wouldn't have designed it this way. The garage door is not like a lightweight, typical garage door. It has a giant wood panel on the front. So the thing is like hundreds of pounds. It's like 8 times the normal weight of a typical garage. So our poor little garage door motor, it ends up breaking every like 5 years. We have to get a new one because it can't stand the weight of lifting up this insanely heavy beast of a garage door. So just because of a silly design decision by the original builder of the house, I got to deal with this stupid expense of fixing our garage door and paying for that to be done because I can't do it. My husband can't do that. We got to pay somebody to do that. And we've lived here for about 11 years now, and we've had to fix it at least twice now. So yay. All right. If you own a home, you know that it's expensive, probably considerably more than the $929,000 cost of just the basics of the mortgage, insurance, property taxes, not including maintenance, unfortunately. Moving on to cars. Now, the American dream is defined, at least in this survey, as always having 2 new cars. So you have a 2-adult household and both of you are driving nice newer cars. If this is how you define the American dream, then you end up spending over the course of your lifetime $811,000. This is the total of monthly new car payments for 2 adults. Starting at the age of 29, you buy that hot little BMW to tootle around in, and you buy your last car at age 74 because you're just not driving that much. I'd say that reflects the typical driving ages of most Americans. But here's the thing, does not include fuel, gas, and maintenance. So like owning a home, you might as well tack on another couple $100,000 on top of that. this is where one of the areas where I'm like, really, does this really have to be part of the American dream? Why do we have to drive around impressing people with nice cars? Now, by the way, do as I say, not as I do, because I have a newer, nice car. But this is the first time in the last 20 years since I've been buying cars that I've had a brand new car. And my husband is into cars. So we probably, we do spend more than most people do on their cars. So I don't have anything to say about this, but it's his American dream, not mine. I would be completely happy driving like a 10-year-old Honda Accord or a minivan. Actually, no, I hate minivans. I hate our minivan. An older SUV, totally fine by me. Anyways, I digress. So if you want to live the American dream, it's going to be like $1 million over the course of your lifetime. And to me, I'm just like, no, why? Let's change the American dream. Can we all agree that we want to change that? If we're not so focused on this buying new cars, having nice new cars, reliable cars, yes, and newer cars, yes, but most cars, if you take care of them, they can last, 10 to 15 years, couple 100,000 miles. At least they used to. I don't know. I have less faith in my brand new car of getting to that milestone, but we shall see. All right, that's it for today. Thank you so much for listening. My name is Ashley Michike, and this is the Retirement Quick Tips Podcast.